After having a discussion about what biodiversity is, we would then request that the students respond to the question, what is biodiversity? And they will have access to respond in the Google Classroom as well. We can visit the question, what is biodiversity? And we can choose to add a class comment, which will be visible to all of the students and their families to view, and then respond to those as well. Since we're working with young students who are unable to read and write likely, we can use the microphone icon on whatever personal device the child is using, and they'll be able to record their class comment. Biodiversity is the connection between animals, insects, people, and the environment. Now my comment has been added, and others can comment on that, and they can also include their own responses to the question. After we have gone into what biodiversity is and we've spoken about relationships, we can then take a look at the Seek app, which students will have access to through the classroom, and they can also have their own personal account on their devices at home with their families. They can choose to do either or they can do both of those. On the Seek app, we are going to look at how you add a photo, and you can do so in a couple of ways. You can take a photo with the camera, or you can choose photos that you already have. I'm going to choose this photo of apples, and it identified it for me. It wasn't able to identify the exact species, but that's okay. We can post it to iNaturalist here by scrolling down. It's going to ask us to verify some of the information, and we can post that to iNaturalist. Once that's posted on the Seek app, we can go back and we can look at some of the other information which we've already visited in another video. They do have challenges. We can continue a challenge that we already have been working on. We can look at all of the different challenges that they have available and choose one. We can look at our information that is stored on iNaturalist, but the next thing I would like to show you is the iNaturalist website. And this is where students will be able to see what they have posted. So if we take a closer look, I'll zoom in here and we can take a look at observations. And right now I am in the grid view. You can also do a list view, and it shows all the different observations. And you can see here that the apple that I just posted is already there for me to see on my iNaturalist account. This is a general overview of the way that the unit would progress. And then from here, once we've studied several organisms and we've talked about the relationships, we'll go back to the beginning and can make those connections about the relationships that people have with the environment and the organisms that live in the environment. And then students would choose an organism or a couple of organisms to provide a presentation on in the class.